Do you ever feel like things just don't seem to want to go your way? Like there's something that's missing and something that's out of alignment, and it leaves you wondering what is going on? I know exactly what you're feeling. I've been there so many times. And here at the Energy Fix, we're going to talk specifically about living a life in alignment so that you feel happy and also get some of that energy back that maybe you feel like it's been lost or you just don't have it anymore. So, what does it mean to live a life of alignment? Living in alignment is really about connecting into what feels fulfilling, what feels good in your soul, in your body, in your heart. It's what's satisfying down to a root level, like way deeper than any of the mundane everyday stuff could possibly feel. And even though you may feel like you're moving through your day and you're going about all of the activities that you feel like you are supposed to do or should do, something is just off. But when you're in alignment, it feels like things are flowing, like you're taking those steps forward to really make a difference, either in your own life, in your family's life, or in the people that you interact with every single day. That is living in true alignment. And that is where we all want to get to at some point. That's what feels fulfilling. That's what feels like we're searching for. And most of us, when we are just feeling really off for long periods of time, is because something is out of alignment and we're not flowing. So today, I'm going to talk specifically about a few things that you can do to get your life back into alignment. But before I do that, I want to just start the whole conversation out with, how do you get out of alignment in the first place? Well, there's multiple ways, but one of the number one things that I see all the time, and what has also gotten me out of alignment, is when I start saying yes to all of those things that I don't really want to say yes to. I don't care about, I don't want to engage in, I don't want to do, but the shoulds, the woulds, the could haves, the regrets, the guilt, the shame, all of that stuff starts to pop in. And all of a sudden I find myself committing to like all of these things that I really don't want to commit to. And at first it looks good on paper, right? Like you're like, yeah, I can do that. All right, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, no problem. Sure, I'll come and do that. Yeah, I'll take you over here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that for you, right? At first it looks good. And then when it actually comes down to time to do it, it feels daunting, or it feels harder than it should be, or it just feels like it's lowering your overall vibration. That's one really common way that we get out of alignment, is by saying yes to the things that just do not excite us, that don't bring us joy, that don't live up to the things that we hold true and valuable and that we put priority and stock in. So, how do you get back into better alignment? How do you start to feel like you're living a life of excitement and adventure and your purpose? How do you do that? I got 7 things for you today. Number 1, know your core values. When you know your core values, you know what life is worth living for. And if something does not line up to those core values, it's that much easier to push it away when you commit that you are going to live in alignment with your core values. See, the things that we hold really true and dear to our heart are those values that we put stock in, that we have priority in, that we find important, that excite us on a soul level. Those are the things that you want to start to say yes to and to align yourself with. So if you are saying yes to all of these things and you realize that they don't even line up with your core values, it might be time to evaluate. Number 2, set boundaries for what is okay and what's not okay, but also being flexible in those boundaries if it's called for. So when you're setting boundaries, what is okay? What's not okay? What are you truly all right with? What needs to go? Do you have limits on when you check social media, when you answer text messages? Do you have limits on how much time you spend with certain people, or even the amount of people that you allow into your life? Do you have some flexibility that some things are hardcore no's and other things are, you know what, it's okay in certain situations or with certain people? Knowing and setting those boundaries and living them out is going to be really important for you to get in alignment with a happy, abundant, and fulfilling life. Number 3, get comfortable with saying no more than you say yes. And if you find that you're someone who says yes like that, then maybe one of your boundaries could be with yourself of, I am going to wait. Before I say yes, I'm going to wait and I'm going to really reevaluate. And then when you do, and you find out it's a no, it's time to start to express that. Let those no's out. And maybe you can even go through a certain period of time where you're just saying no and you're clearing your schedule out. Number 4, know how your body responds when you're happy versus not happy. This was a game changer for me. When I knew that something was out of alignment or I was not happy, I could feel like this sinking sensation in my stomach, and it felt like a rock was sitting there. But when I felt like things were in alignment or it was a hell yes, it felt like my stomach had butterflies in it. Yeah, maybe I was nervous, or maybe, I felt like some kind of sensation there, but it was light. It felt good. Other people feel it in their shoulders. Other people feel it in their jaws. Some people feel it right in the heart center. It's about knowing what your body is saying to you and how it is responding when something is a no versus a yes. Number 5. 5 is doing one thing every day or most days that feels totally aligned. Because here's the reality. Most of us don't even know how that feels. Most of us have no clue how it feels good to be in alignment because we're so used to living this mundane, everyday life that does not always feel totally aligned, right? So doing something every single day that feels totally aligned can actually help you to train your brain and your senses to know what it feels like to be happy, to feel in flow, to feel like you're moving forward. So practice with the easy stuff, like playing more, taking some breaks, doing something that feels amazing, engaging in your hobbies, whatever it might be that feels enjoyable for you. Number 6. 6 is setting up what your ideal life would look like. Have you ever actually stopped and took a step back and thought, what would my ideal life even look like if I could live it? Most of us haven't. Most of us have no clue what it would truly look like to be fully in aligned and feeling fully in flow. So setting up your ideal life and writing it out, mapping it out, daydreaming, visualizing, seeing what that would feel like gives you an idea of what you might be actually looking to work towards. And finally, number 7 is to make a list of the things that you're really, really good at, what you're not good at, and what excites you. So sometimes these things may overlap, and other times they may not. But knowing what you're really good at and knowing what you're not that great at, and then looking at those and seeing what actually excites me. This will give you a clue in to what you might want to align yourself with when it comes to habits, behaviors, and other ways that you enjoy your life. But not knowing that, or not taking any stock in that, or not reevaluating and really diving deep into your heart center, into your soul, can kind of leave you still feeling very floaty, right? So like an example of that would be, I love to organize and rearrange. Like I just love it. It excites me. I can literally spend like a Saturday night pulling all my books off of my bookshelf and rearranging them in alphabetical order and sitting and looking at them and getting super excited. Like that's just me, right? But I would never want that for my job. I don't want to be an organizer for people. That feels like it's too much stress. But for me, it feels like a fun Saturday night activity, right? So knowing what kind of things excite you and that feel aligned is going to help you to tap into that a little bit harder. If you enjoyed this and you got some good benefit out of this, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to hear what you have to say. So comment below, follow me for more great tips, and I will see you soon. But make sure in the meantime that you are taking a step back and you're looking at how can I better align my life. It's all about the energy. Energy is everything, my friends. Getting closer into it, aligning into it, is going to make your life super sweet.